What's going on, Guardians? Sly here, back at it with another weekly reset guide for you. It's May 22nd, 2018, week 3 of Warmind. So let's dive into all of the new things to do for the week, including the return of Iron Banner. I know many of us are going to hit the 385 cap this week, and while my other two characters, are kind of close, it will probably take them a little bit longer. So anyways, let's go ahead and dive into it, guys. First, we're going to start out with the milestones. So let's head on over there and take a look. So first up, Clan XP is back. Now, if you knew about the bug last week, the Clan XP should decrypt into your inventory. So it should be waiting for you when you get there. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be fixed anytime soon, so just be aware of that. That if you decrypt the Clan XP one, which is supposed to be a powerful engram, you can actually go to Hawthorne and take a look at it, but do not actually accept it. Just kind of hover over it, and if it shows you anything below your current light level or power level, just leave it in her inventory and it will decrypt later on. So in case you didn't know about that, there is a bug with it. So don't touch it, just let it sit there until Bungie fixes it. As you can see, the daily Iron Banner challenges are back. We have to complete 3 of those. After that, Call of Arms, and this week's flashpoint is going to be IO, which is awesome because I have a 10% XP IO ghost. Anyway, Nightfall after that, then we have the Leviathan, which we'll get to here in a second, 3 heroic strikes, and of course, like I said, Iron Banner is back. So first up, while we're up here in orbit, let's go ahead and check out the raid. And by the way, if you guys haven't done Spire of Stars, don't be intimidated by this, guys. I mean, it is tough when you get to the end, but everything up to there is pretty easy once you get the hang of it. Like, just go in there, get yourself the new loot, and kind of, do something new. It's really fun. It's different. It's way bigger than the the old raid layer, Eater of Worlds. So if you haven't done it, I would highly recommend it. Anyways, let's jump into the Leviathan and see what the order is for this week. Alright, starting off the raid this week, we have the Royal Pools, or the bathhouse, and the challenges this week is actually the Pleasure Gardens, or I like to call the puppies. So we have the Royal Pools starting off, and then the actual challenge is the dogs. The dogs is probably the easiest challenge out of them all. So, well, I guess unless you're doing it on normal and it's and you're doing the glitch. But in any case, that is what we have this week. Both of them pretty easy, so yeah, if you haven't done that either, that is a big place to get loot. If you need to get level up, guys, doing the Leviathan on Prestige and Normal is just one of the best ways to get high level gear. So definitely recommend that. Alright guys, well next let's take a look at the Heroic Strike modifiers. Okay, so our modifiers for this week are starting off with Arc Singe. So this entire week we will have Arc Singe. This is the one weekly modifier that does not change. And then every day after that we have one negative and one positive. For today, our negative is Grounded. Damage taken while you are airborne is greatly increased. And for our positive, we have Grenadier. Grenade abilities deal more damage and recharge much faster. Both of these will reset every day to give you something, I guess, new. If you see Blackout on there, just go ahead and back out because Blackout is crazy. It's fun, when you know you can complete it, but if you're in there, doing it with a bunch of randoms, Blackout can be a little bit of a pain. So just be aware of that. Okay, well that is it for the Heroic Strikes. Next, we're going to take a look at this week's Nightfall, which is the Inverted Spire. Another easy thing to do this week. You can just melt the boss. Like as soon as he gets down to the first one, you can get a shotgun to him, especially if you have some kind of singe on. He'll teleport really quickly. Do the same down below. Get to the bottom, use your super, and that's it. You melt him. It is really easy, especially even on Prestige. It's one of the easiest ones to do. So another one you should not be afraid of. Okay, next up, the Tower. We'll take a look at everything that's changed over for this week. Alright, Guardians, welcome to the Tower. We're going to start off with tests and see what our, what is that thing called? The Matrix, Prismatic Matrix has for us this week, and then we'll go over her normal inventory. So first, let's pop in. And starting off, one of my favorite speeders, the Eon Drive. This thing is crazy looking. I got it one of the first couple days, and I absolutely love it. It's so weird, but it's just awesome. Bungie needs, excuse me, Bungie needs more stuff like this in the game. Something that's, it has the same basic shape, but it's just completely different and completely out there. This is something that hopefully is a model for what's, in the future. All right, moving on to the next thing we have here. It's the Worldline Zero Positive Infinity Ornament. Now, it actually looks pretty cool. It's still different, but it's, I guess it still has that same basic shape, with the double kind of edges on it. Weird, but I kind of like weird, so it's all go with me. Next up after that, we have a legendary speeder called Mind Barge. There are so many speeders in this game, but I'm glad this one here looks a little different. There's just, you get speeders in day after day after day. There are so many of them. That's basically how I farm my my bright dust. So I don't mind getting him anyway. Anyway, after that, we have an emote called Freaky Dance. I guess it's cool. Just another thing to have in your inventory, probably. And after that, for the ship, we have Pitfall Souter E5D. Another big ship, no big deal. Okay, moving up to the other list up here at top. Once again, another speeder, Andy's Peak Hunter. Yeah, more of the same, no big deal. Next, another speeder, ALTON'S Ambush. I told you, man, this game is full of speeders. Yeah, another older looking one. All right, and one of my favorite ghosts, guys. I love the look of this ghost. Is Riveted Majesty shell. It's, even though it has the same basic shape as the new ones, that whole, like, you know, rivets on there with that darker eye, kind of looks like really industrial, and I like the look of this. My favorite shell besides the raid shell. So I would definitely recommend getting that. And then down at the bottom, we have another ship and another ghost shell, the Fleet Ska IX or 9. Another basic one. And down here at the bottom, ORCASONG shell, which is, yeah, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so that's it for the Charismatic Matrix. Next, let's take a look at the ones down here. First emote, Collaborative Dance. This is kind of lame. Not a big fan of that one, but after that, Disco Dance. And come on, who doesn't like the disco dance? All right, moving on. Once again, another speeder, Glam Toboggan. Yep, whatever. After that, DUSK Harrier. Then once again, another ship, the Cirrus Gloriae XLII, which is kind of cool. It's like a jet fighter. My favorite ghost shell coming up, the SKYLINE FLIPSIDE shell, the little disco ball guy. But it actually has pretty good perks if you look at it. It says your vehicle takes less time to summon and reload your weapons while you ride, and that works for any speeder you equip. So no matter what you have, you get a really good perk for it, because getting your speeder out instantly is, I don't know, I love it. I hate sitting there waiting to hold X, or, yeah, sorry, it depends on what platform you use, or Square, or whatever it is, to get your speeder out there to take a ride. Just have it out, hit it instantly, and go. I love it. After that, Omni Telemetry, generate gunsmith telemetry data on any elemental weapon kills, which is whatever, and then of course you get a random mod after that. Alright, next we have class items. This one here is Chaos Passing for the Hunter, but of course it depends on what class you're looking at, so no big deal. Kind of looks like a big pillow. Okay, so moving on to 2 ornaments this week. We have one from Telesto called Dread from Below, which is pretty cool. I really missed the one that they had in D1. You know, it was like the, not the Queen's one, but the one that was all glowing blue. That one was cool. And then for the Jade Rabbit, we have Jade Jester. You know, I really haven't given the Jade Rabbit a really good try recently. Like, I know Scout Rifle's got a little bit of a, I guess, a buff, the slower rate of fire ones when the Go Fast update came out. But I just haven't, there's been so many other things to do, I've never given the Jade Rabbit a really good try again. So that's probably something I should hop on. Alright, so down here at the bottom, we have some more spawn animations, purple class sigils, then we have the Ghost Green, followed by Omolon Meteor Gloss, Vice Poison Shimmer, Dawn and Dusk, Indigo Matrix, and then the 3 boons. We have the Vanguard, Crucible, and then the Fire Team medallions. I always recommend having a Fire Team medallion on, especially when it's the first, you know, the first 3 levels of the week. So if you get on a character, like especially if it's the first one after the reset, always have a Fire Team medallion on and put your Ghost on. Even though that was a tip I used for ranking up, it works really well for getting a lot of bright engrams. So I highly recommend it. Or sorry, not bright engrams anymore, prototype engrams. My bad. Alright, y'all, well, that is it for Tess Everest. Next, let's go ahead and take a look at Senior Salad Bar up here up top and see what kind of Iron Banner loot we have this week. There's so much going on, especially with the new raid, that I probably won't do very much Iron Banner unless the ornaments are just out of this world. But from what I saw from the weekly update last week, they were just a little more of the same, kind of a ninja feel, a lot of metal. Not that big of a deal. So, Season 3. Alright, so I'm not going to really go over the armor, guys, because of course armor is, you know, different with every character, and it's Season 3 with brand new armor. So I recommend taking a look at the, you know, the Bungie's weekly update if you want to take a look at it, because it just takes so long to go over every single character. And, you know, they're actually, they're ornaments, so you have to have the base set first to get everything. So I'm not going to go over all of them, but I'm going to take a look at the weapons. And first up, we have the Ally Demand, which is going to be a sidearm, followed by Occluded Finality, which is his new sniper, and it actually looks pretty good. Look at that impact and the number in the magazine. That's rare. Usually something with that high in impact has a low mag count. I'm actually kind of excited about that one. So let's take a look at the perks. For scopes, we have the 7 snipers, then we have the 8 sniper. Not much of a difference in stability or anything, so that's a shame. After that, tactical mag or armor piercing rounds, which again drop stability and reload and mag count, so that is a big trade-off. After that, Field Prep, which is the trait, increased ammo reserves, faster reload when crouched. So that's interesting. Even though this might look good with the impact in its range, it's something we'll probably have to get in hand to finally, to give it a really good look over to see if it's worth it or not. But with that mag size and that impact, I don't know, guys. Snipers are in a better position than they have been, especially, with Darcy being king of DPS. So it might be something to take a look at. Okay, moving on. We have the submachine gun called Multimach CCX. Kind of looks like the Dead Orbit SMG. So for its sights, we have the classic sight, and then we have the Model 8 Red. Accurized rounds, alloy magazine, and dynamic sway reduction. When holding on the trigger, this weapon's sway reduction system boosts accuracy over time. And this is a faster rate of fire, which is the 900, so it's lower impact, high rate of fire. And they're not bad. Actually, the one that Anna Bray sells, I just gave it a chance messing around with it on patrol the other day, and it actually did pretty good. I was kind of impressed with it. So if you haven't used the submachine gun in recent times, take it out. Just see what it does. You might be surprised. Okay, next, let's go ahead and take a look at the hand cannon, which is the energy hand cannon, the finite impactor. For its sights, we have the fast draw or the sure shot HCS sight. I actually really like the way this thing looks, kind of bulky and mean looking. Like, I don't know, I like it. All right, next up, appended magazine, or we have drop mag. Drop mag is great because of the reload, but you have to make sure that you use just about all your bullets, or otherwise you're going to be wasting a ton. Definitely not a really good PvE perk. And after that, we have Snapshot Sight, which is great for a hand cannon, faster time to aim down the sights. I like this, guys. There are actually some pretty good weapons this week. All right, next, Rocket Launcher Shining Sphere. For the barrel, we have Quick Launch, Linear Compensator, or Hard Launch. After that, it's Alloy Casing, or High Velocity Rounds. And then for this weapon's trait, we have Pulse Monitor. Auto reloads part of the magazine when wielder is critically wounded. Doesn't have that really big, blast radius, but it has a lot of velocity, which is something you really want in PvP. You don't want anybody to get a jump out of the way. You either want a large blast radius, so when they do jump, it doesn't matter, it's going to hit them anyway, or you want fast velocity that it hits them before they even get a chance to know about it. So this one might be good. Suros rocket launchers have never really been the preferred rocket launcher to use, so I don't know, might be worth giving it a shot and taking a look at. Alright, Guardians, and our final weapon to take a look at is called the Dark Decider. This is an energy auto rifle similar to like the Valkadon, and we have corkscrew rifling, polygonal rifling, or a fluted barrel. After that, extended mag or high caliber rounds. That might be interesting. It's got decent stability for a fast rate of fire, so it might be something to take a look at. And then finally at the end here, auto-loading holster. This holstered weapon is automatically reloaded after a short period of time. I personally believe this would be great paired with a hand cannon. Pop off some shots with a hand cannon, pepper them with some auto rifle spray, go back to the hand cannon, and by the time you go back to the auto rifle once again, it's already loaded. Like that, it would be awesome. I think this is a really good auto rifle. There's actually some really good weapons this week, guys. I'm kind of impressed. And next, let's take a look at the ship, the Esfera Triumph. And another jet-looking thing, so not a big deal about that one. Alright, Guardians, well, the last thing to take a look at in the tower is the robot down in the bazaar. So let's head on over there. Okay, so let's jump in and see what Benedict has for us for the raiders out there. Alright, nothing too new. Starting off, it's the normal helmet from the Leviathan. Then we have the normal arms, normal chest piece, and normal leg armor, followed by the Eater of Worlds class item. And of course, at the end here, the pulse rifle, which if you haven't picked this up since the the pulse rifle buff, also another really good gun you should start taking a look at. And by the way, look at my legendary shards. That's how you know I've been infusing way too damn much. Okay, guys, well, that is really about it. Not too much else to take a look at, but the week seems pretty stacked so far with Iron Banner, the new raid, all the old raids, everything being kind of relevant to get you up to the max light. It makes for a lot of stuff to do. So, hope you are enjoying it, Guardians, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to check me out on Twitter or Facebook, Sly Nation Gaming. Take care, y'all, and keep those eyes peeled for more D2 content in the very near future. But until then, this is your boy Sly, and I'll catch you all next time.